Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why you feel this uncontrollable urge to respond, to justify, to explain, to prove something all the time? We live in an era where noise has become the norm. Everyone talks, everyone shouts, everyone wants to be heard, but no one, absolutely no one wants to listen. Worse yet, no one can stand silence because silence is uncomfortable. It exposes, it reveals, it offers no escape. Now tell me, how many times have you responded impulsively? How many times have you regretted speaking too much? How many times has your need to take a stand put you in a position of weakness? This is not a coincidence. This is conditioning. You were taught that speaking is power. That silence means consent, that if you don't react you are being weak. They lied to you. One of the most dangerous thinkers in history saw this the opposite way. For him, true power is not in speaking. It is in restraint. It is in self-mastery and silence filled with intention. Because silence, when used wisely, is a weapon and one of the most lethal. He said that the will to power, this vital force that drives human beings, does not manifest in those who shout the loudest but in those who remain unshaken in the face of chaos. While everyone drowns in words, the true master observes, waits, calculates, and when he decides to speak, the world listens. This video is not just about nature. It is about you. About what you have been avoiding to face within yourself. About the fear you feel when staying silent with your own thoughts. About how your need to speak, to be validated, may be keeping you weak, dependent, manipulable. It's a tough conversation, direct, but necessary. So, before we continue, I challenge you. Stay with me until the end without interrupting this silence that begins to form within you. Because what you are going to hear today may not be something you are ready to listen to, but it is exactly what you need. Nietzsche was not just any philosopher. He did not write to please, much less to be easily understood. He wrote as one throws knives, not to kill but to awaken. And one of his most powerful yet often misunderstood ideas is the will to power. Many people think this will pertains to domination over others, imposition, external control. But Nietzsche was talking about something much deeper. The mastery over oneself. True strength, according to him, is the one that allows you not to react. Yes, that's right, not to react. The modern world associates power with quick action, immediate response, constant readiness. But Nietzsche knew that this is merely a reflection of an enslaved mind dominated by impulses, by the need to prove one's worth in the eyes of others. The true Übermensch, the Overman, is the one who has transcended this compulsion. He does not react automatically because he is no longer a hostage to his own vanity. He does not need to explain himself, does not need to defend himself because he is already enough. Reacting most of the time is surrendering. It is demonstrating that the other has access to your emotions, that they can unbalance you, that they can elicit an immediate response from you. And Nietzsche teaches us that by yielding to reaction, you reveal your weaknesses, your wounds, your insecurities. Silence, on the other hand, is a shield, but not a passive shield. A shield of presence, of firmness, of a mind that knows that true control is internal. Do you want to have power? Then learn to contain. Learn to observe chaos without being dragged by it. Because while others waste energy trying to win battles that need not exist, you strengthen yourself in stillness. And it is in this space of containment where impulse is mastered that true power is born. But this raises an uncomfortable question. Why do we have such difficulty remaining silent? Why does noise seduce us even when it destroys us? In the next part, we will dive into the psychological roots of silence and what exactly noise is trying to hide. Have you ever noticed how silence bothers people? How in a conversation a simple longer pause creates discomfort? How the sound of nothing becomes unbearable when we are alone with our own thoughts? This is not by chance. Silence has a brutal psychological power. It reveals. And human beings, deep down, are terrified of what can be revealed when everything around them falls silent. In the absence of noise, there is no distraction. Without distraction, what you hide from yourself begins to emerge. Your insecurities, your fears, your guilt, your frustrations, everything that daily noise helps to push under the rug. Talking too much, being constantly busy, reacting all the time, are forms of anesthesia, and you don't even realize it. Modern psychology explains that our minds have been shaped to flee from emotional discomfort. We react. We talk. We fill every space with words, music, notifications, anything that keeps us away from the abyss of inner silence. Carl Jung once said, "What you resist persists." And what do we resist the most? Confronting our own emptiness. Nietzsche knew this. He understood that modern humanity is sick. Not from an excess of pain, but from an excess of distraction, from being lost in empty discourse, in cheap opinions, in ego battles that serve only to feed a superficial identity. And silence. It breaks this illusion. It forces you to face who you really are without the veneer of words. That's why true silence, the kind that comes from awareness, is so powerful. It demands courage. Being silent is not passivity. It is resistance. It is rebellion against a world that has taught you that value lies in what you say, not in who you are. Silence breaks this cycle. It paralyzes the social game. It returns your sovereignty over yourself. But here's the key. Silence by itself is not enough. It needs to be directed, channeled. It needs to be strategic. In the next part, you will understand how silence can be used as a weapon, not to attack, but to dominate, to conquer. It's time to learn the power of strategic silence.